Busch Stadium in St. Louis with Mark Sweeney. I'm Chip Carey. Jim Hayes is with us as well. The Cardinals back home and flying high after a 4-3 road trip. The Redbirds 7 games over 500, facing the Royals, Mark, who've lost 4 in a row and come off being swept by the Chicago White Sox. They've dropped 4 straight, and we'd love to see that streak continue for Kansas City tonight.
Yeah, and you think about what they have to do. They have to contend with Dustin May, and you think about the arms that they're going. It doesn't get any easier, and especially on a Friday night, there's a little more excitement in the building tonight. You look at Dustin May's numbers. He has been excellent the last 6 starts, as we mentioned, but you start looking at quality starts. 5 of 8 have been quality starts for Dustin May. Now, the arsenal, what he does, he has to be aggressive with his 4-seamer to get strike 1, whether the first pitch or second pitch. He has 3 versions of his fastball, but the sweeper comes into play. 6 left-handed hitters in the Royals lineup tonight.
That's Matt Potrero, the skipper of the Royals. They won 82 games last season. They start, as I said, 4.5 games behind the Guardians in the American League, and it all starts and stops with Bobby Witt Jr. You heard a moment ago from Jeremy Guthrie. He's gotten hot, hopefully not at the right time for the Cardinals pitching staff in this series. They will face Michael Garcia, Bobby Witt, and Vinny Pasquantino, 1, 2, and 3 for Kansas City here in the opening inning. Dustin May, 3-4 on the year. His ERA dwindling away. It's under 5 at the start of action tonight. And for those who don't value the pitcher's win, you can understand that May might be an example of that. Just 1 run of support in his last 3 starts, all of which have been quality, but he's lost 2 of them individually. So we'll see if that changes for May tonight. And that one just missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes for Garcia. 274 for Garcia, 3 homers, 18 driven in. What a find he was, an international free agent. Signed by Kansas City. Great year last year and a super spring this year in the WBC. He was the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, all-star caliber talent, and defensively he's been very good, but he has honed down his skills, stays in the strike zone very well, and a good leadoff hitter, hits to all fields.
Garcia, 23 runs scored out of the leadoff spot for Kansas City. And May delivers off the end of the bat, and back in the count is Dustin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cardinal starters have been excellent. 3 runs or fewer in 6 consecutive games. Starters ERA as a group, Mark, is at 4. It was at 5 seemingly a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I've said it, Chip. They have honed in on their scouting reports. Also, execution is huge, and they are a very tight group. I think that brings in that friendly competition against one another.
Here's a stat that Ricky Doherty gave me that's really surprising. Surprised me. Last 16 starts, did you know the Cardinals starting rotation has pitched the 3rd most innings in the big leagues?
Wow.
That's given him a great chance. As May ready with his 2-2 pitch. That's headed for the second deck off to our right.
You know what, Chip, and we always talk about that too. If you can support your bullpen, that's going to be very important. That's the reason why they pitch to contact. They do it differently, but execution is at a premium when you pitch like that.
That swept off the plate, and a full count for Garcia, who has walked 19 times this year. Always want to face that guy with the bases empty if you can. Bobby Witt Jr., the second place hitter, waits next. Royals in their road grays, Cardinals in their City Connect Cardinal red togs. Bouncing ball to short. And the peg first is in plenty of time. Garcia's retired on the ground. Good start for May. 1 out for Witt. Here's a look at the Cardinals defense. It's been excellent all year. 3 guys that can go get him in the outfield. Church and Scott in left and center. Jordan Walker with that cannon for an arm in right. Mason Wynn, Gorman on the left side. Weatherholt Burleson at second and first. Pedro Pajes is the man behind the plate. 7 homers, 22 RBIs for Witt. He's homered in 4 of his last 7 games. He went the first month of the season without one.
Yeah, and that's the scary part, because you understand that during the World Baseball Classic, he was energizing the USA lineup. The last time for the World Baseball Classic, he was a bench player. He's evolved as a player, and he's a superstar now.
That ball darting in and under his hands, a sinker that didn't sink, but boy, it was buzzing. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, strike one's important because you can do that type of stuff. You can make them uncomfortable setting up the secondary pitches.
Base is empty for Witt, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball with a little extra giddy up. That one was cutting away from Witt. First strikeout for May, 2 outs.
Yeah, he definitely reached back on this one. Typically, he throws a sweeper in that count, gets 0-2, and puts away a very talented and hot hitter in Bobby Witt Jr.
Next up, it's Vinny Pasquantino. 5 homers, 21 driven in, but a .204 average. Hey, for me, that's maybe the biggest surprise. You look at the starting lineup for Kansas City, Mark. A lot of guys hitting under 250.
Yeah, they collectively have gotten off to a cold start, and sometimes you're searching for that hero.
They've already played a ton of games within their division. Now in a stretch of about 3 weeks outside for Kansas City. Royals start play in last place in the AL Central, 4.5 games back, tied with the Tigers. In the AL Central, May's 13th pitch is hammered toward right. Walker on the run. He's going to get there, and Dustin May breezes through the first inning. Cardinals have J.J. Weatherholt, Ivan Herrera, and Alec Burleson. They're set to face former Cardinal Michael Wacha in the bottom of the scoreless first at Busch. Yesterday in Sacramento, the Cardinals were down to their final strike. J.J. Weatherholt got hit by a pitch, and the rest, they say, is history. Mark, their 12th comeback win as they took 2 out of 3 from the Athletics. These are the guys that have been getting it done most of the season. Let's hope they have a good night against Michael Wacha, who's been the Royals' best in the early part of this season.
14th season for Michael Wacha already. There's the numbers. He understands the responsibility of fronting this rotation, and he has been excellent. You look at the numbers and what he throws, it's 3 versions of his fastball, and he loves to set that fastball mix up to get to that changeup. The changeup is the out pitch. It's become that's his superpower.
So J.J. Weatherholt to work, and Wacha misses outside, and his night is underway. 1 ball, no strikes. J.J. 7 hits on the road trip, drove home 4 runs. He starts play at .244 on the season. And back to the netting, and even count. This kid gets on base just about every possible way you can. He's not afraid to lean into one, take a little punishment. He's been hit 10 times.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that ask to describe him. He's calm in the box, and he's not afraid of getting to 2 strikes. I say that because at this level, you're going to have your strikeouts, but he gets to full count after the 2 strikes so many times.
Well, here he is, 1-2. Let's see if he can force a deep count. Weatherholt leads all rookies in runs and runs produced with 33 and 47 respectively.
Yeah, that's the first changeup of the night. You watch J.J. Weatherholt track that. That's going to be the important part.
Swing and a miss, sinker, and J.J. couldn't connect with that. Wacha has his first strikeout. Royals have committed 16 errors as a group. Their outfield, Isaac Collins, Kyle Isbell in center, Jack Caglianone in right. A couple of Gold Glovers on the left side, not too bad. And of course, Salvi Perez, a 5-time Gold Glover, the man behind the plate. He, of course, the Kansas City captain. Here's Herrera. Ivan pulls one, just foul at third, strike 1. Ten hits for Ivan on the road trip, 3 multi-hit games in the 7 played out west in San Diego and Sacramento. It's been a while since he's hit a homer. April 25th. Maybe this weekend at home will be just what the doctor ordered.
Well, keep hitting it hard. I mean, that's what you got from the road trip. Those home runs will come.
Last 2 starts for Wacha have been excellent. 2 earned runs over 2 7-inning starts. This one to the left side. Garcia to his left. Clips to first for out number 2. Before that, though, Mark, he was merely human. 10 runs in 10 1/3 innings. You take away those 2 bad starts, this guy would have an ERA barely above 1.
Yeah, and you look at it, and he has a laid-back attitude on the mound, but he's a fierce competitor inside. He knows how to pitch. He's not going to fall into those traps of throwing the same way to different hitters.
Alec Burleson, 8 hits on the road trip. And didn't get that. He's our Bet365 betting odds. Let's see what the numbers are for Alec to drive in a run tonight. He's brought home 30. He and Walker each with 30 or more in the RBI column. And a little late there. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Chip, I think you're going to see that because it's in between. You have to cover the changeup, but also honor that fastball. It gets on you.
Walker trying to get some chase, and Salvi Perez is going to challenge here in the first inning. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if the Gold Glover is right. He was, and that is strike 3, and that will end the Cardinals' first. 2 strikeouts for Michael Wacha, and we head to the second inning at Busch Stadium. No score.
The Midwest.
Top 2 in St. Louis, no score, 3 hours after the Cardinals wrapped up that last host, and the grounds crew was already starting the process of changing out all the grass on the field. The ryegrass came up, the Bermuda went in, and there was a reason for the switch.
I mean, we can mow the Bermuda grass a lot shorter than we could ever mow the cool season grasses, whether it was the rye or the Bermuda. And yeah, I mean, this turf loves the heat and humidity of St. Louis summer. So really, it's at its best when the Cardinal season is in full swing.
So Bill Finley and Justin and his guys were working from Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. They are the best grounds crew in baseball, guys.
It's going to be a beautiful look when it all greens up evenly over the course of the summer. It looks great today, and great work by the grounds crew. They always do a great job here at Busch Stadium.
I think if you think of the double play balls and how the infield plays, I think you should go around and thank the grounds crew all the time. This is gorgeous, but also plays perfectly.
This is Carter Jensen. He's the Royals DH with 6 homers, and did not get that. He's a local kid from Polk Hill High School in Kansas City, and on pace to hit 22 homers, the last Royals rookie to get to that plateau. Now the Cardinals fans know all about Carlos Beltran. Did it in 1999 when he won Rookie of the Year. Foul back. It's 0-2.
Well, this young man really showed very well at the beginning of the year. Had very good end of the year last year, but came into the year with confidence, and you could see it. Now the league has adjusted to him a little bit.
2 quick strikes from May, and that one is popped softly to third. That's a can of corn for Gorman. 5 up, 5 down for May. 2 outs for Jack Caglianone. Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th. We encourage youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. And big happenings in St. Louis. All the college graduations taking place here in the St. Louis and Metro East area. Downtown's going to be busy. Huge crowds expected tomorrow and Sunday. We've got a great homestand with the Royals and then the Pirates starting on Tuesday. And the Redbirds playing fun baseball. Hope you'll join us in the days ahead for Dustin May and the rest of the Birds. That's a center cut strike.
Yeah, these guys have deserved that too. They're getting national notoriety this morning on MLB Network. They were in the first segment talking about how they're playing the game. A lot of truth to that.
Caglianone has seen May before. He's 0 for 2 against him. Dustin faced them last year as a member of the Red Sox up at Fenway Park. And Caglianone, who debuted against the Cardinals last June, is behind a ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. That's a long hack, and May has his second strikeout in as many innings. Jordan Walker leads off for the Cardinals, a 12th homer against the Athletics. We'd love more of that here in Game 1 tonight. No score in the second. Sween Dog, what's the key for Dustin May and the Redbirds to win the opener tonight?
Yeah, to me, run support. Dustin May needs a win, and to get that win, you have to have run support. Last 3 starts, 18 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, but only has given 1 run support, which is really important offensively tonight.
Jordan Walker starts the Cardinals second. Gorman and Wynn to follow against Waka. And that one right back where it came from. That hit Waka on the leg. And Walker's going to have an infield hit. And let's see if Michael's all right. He is smarting. Bends at the waist between the mound and the third base line. And the training staff out to check him. As hard as Walker hits the ball, you worry about where this got the Royals starter.
Yeah, 108 off the bat. Take a look at it, and he squares this up just on the ground and gets him in that left foot right on top.
And he was hopping around immediately, and understandably so. And Walker still trying to get some feeling in the foot. Luckily for him, that did bounce. It took a short hop before it got to the left ankle or instep of the Royals starter. And they can look forward to lose Waka, who, as we said, has been their best pitcher this year. They've been banged up in rotation all season long as well.
Chip, what makes it difficult, it's the landing foot. There's no good foot when you get that ricochet at all.
Waka's going to give the old college try here. We'll see how well he's able to stick the landing. It's going to be an infield hit for Walker, the first hit of the game for either club. And Jordan will be at first for Gorman once Waka or someone else is pronounced fit to pitch. So Waka says he's good to go. And let's check out the Hyundai in the driver's seat feature. Last 5 years, this guy's been as good as it gets.
Yeah, this is his 10th season going into now his 14th season, and he has been a fine wine. He continues to get better and better. Remember him in a Cardinals uniform with big spots. He understands the bigger moments, and he continues to drive that ERA down.
Nolan Gorman with the man aboard is a little late. No balls and a strike. Yeah, Waka 115 career wins. 59 of them came in a Cardinals uniform. Walker 7 steals, has a moderate lead at first. And that's upstairs, a ball and a strike for Gorman. He picked up 5 hits on the road trip. 5 homers, 23 RBIs overall. His next homer will be his 80th in the big leagues. Just missed it. Got a hanger and drives it to center. Isbell says he's got it, and he does. Back to first Walker with 1 out. Mason Wynn, your hitter.
Well, we know Michael Waka understands how to control the running game. And Jordan Walker leads in stolen bases for the Cardinals, but that slide step will also disrupt the hitter's timing as well.
We're told that Waka delivered the baseball in under a second on that first sequence to Gorman. Let's see if that changes with Mason up there. That's off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Will Little is our home plate umpire. Yes, he does have a Will Little strike zone.
He does.
So we might see some 3-out come action here in the opener Friday night. Mason has the whole right side to shoot at if he wants. He did that quite a bit on the road trip and was very effective at doing so.
Yeah, I like that. And being able to go the opposite direction. They're giving it to him on the ground. They're playing on the pull side, but the opposite field in the outfield.
One ball, two strikes. Waka with 43 strikeouts in almost 53 innings pitched this year. Opponents hitting just 188 against him. He doesn't walk many, about one every 3 innings. So if you beat him, you got to hit him. We'll see if Wynn can here in the second. Took a shot at right and sprays that into the second deck foul. One ball, two strikes.
He's held his #1 pitch, that changeup, in his back pocket. He's thrown a few tonight. But typically, this is where he shows it when he gets to that 2-strike count.
No ill effects on that ball off the instep for Waka. Walker chased back. Another 1-2 pitch for the Cardinals shortstop. Room in left center. Lots of room on the infield in right. Again, fighting that off. Trying to do the right thing. That's something Mark Ali has talked about from day one of this season. The results won't always be what you want, but the intent has been there very consistently from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, that's a key for Ollie, and he understands that they can foul pitches off, a pitcher's pitch, which is very important when you get 2 strikes.
Here's the 7th. Mason's going to see an 8th.
You know, it drives up the pitch count, which you understand that, but also it's information for the hitter. And when you see it out of the hand and you have the ability to time that up a little bit, that's going to be important. There's the pitch sequence. Shown everything, but he hasn't thrown too many changeups.
That one tapped over the mound. Bounced right to the second base bag. And the throw to first is just in time. And that is a double play. Let's see if the Cardinals take a look at this. That was a bang bang play to get Mason Wynn. And for the moment, that'll be an inning ending double play. The Cardinals pausing and will not challenge, and that will send us to inning number 3 in St. Louis with no score.
Look at this guy.
Stiefel is stitched into Cardinals tradition and into the fabric of St. Louis. Proudly worn on every jersey, Stiefel's investing in excellence in our hometown and across the nation. That's Stiefel. That's Dustin May, who starts his 3rd inning, 6 up, 6 down for the Cardinals starter tonight. Isaac Collins, the left fielder, leads things off. Collins has reached in 16 of his last 18 games, but he's got some really weird splits. First the 0-1 count. Collins in Kansas City is hitting .318. Collins on the road is hitting .115. That's as dramatic as it gets. And it might explain in part why the Royals are 6-15 on the road this year. That almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, we already alluded Bobby Witt Jr. is the catalyst to this. Also Sal Perez, and you rely on your veterans and the All-Stars. But when you start looking at it, Kauffman Stadium is a good place to hit if you're a line drive guy. Isaac Collins is that.
Too tight. 3 balls and a strike.
Tough place to power the baseball unless you have a resume that fits that. He's straight up in the outfield.
Make him hit his way on. Collins at .229, hitting 7th for Kansas City. 3 balls and a strike. And Dustin misfires, and there's the first base runner. Leadoff walk. Michael Massey is next. Royals have stolen 30 bases this year in 43 tries. Let's see how active they are on the bases, trying to jumpstart things on the offensive side. They have averaged the fewest runs of any major league team in runs on the road.
Matt Quatraro will also ask them to play small ball, be able to move runners, execute bunting. You're seeing that more in the game now.
The ball's in a strike for Massey. He's hitting .224. Right of The University of Illinois, an injury-plagued year last year and started hurt this spring, but back and healthy now. 17 hits this year, 10 of them for extra bases. So a dangerous man hitting 8th, but he's behind. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Dustin also has to do a good job holding those runners 1-1 to the first pitch to the plate. That's going to be important. Being able to handle that, also be able to execute your delivery at times. They'll try to speed him up.
Massey swung at that before it hit him and stays alive. It's 0-2. Dustin's got good movement tonight. Couple of strikeouts as he set down the first 6 in order. 22 pitches in the first 2 frames of game 1. Collins a good lead at first. Long pause by May, and now time is called. That was a test of wills, wasn't it?
Yeah, you look at the pitch clock, and always you start seeing those starting pitchers, the pitchers in general, looking at that clock, understanding when they can deliver it. But that's another way of holding Isaac Collins to first base.
In the air, softly hit toward left. Church is over and under. And Nathan's got that. No tag by Collins. Massey is retired. 1 on, 1 out for Kyle Isbell. This guy has been a Cardinals killer. In 13 games against the Redbirds pitching staff, he's hitting .471 and has scored 13 runs.
Second leadoff guy, and that's what he is when he is going well. Slasher.
That's a little low. One issue for the Royals last year, they had the worst OPS in Major League Baseball amongst their outfielders, and they used a lot of them for various reasons. They're hoping for a rebound in that category this year. Isbell off to a .267 start. That one lined to center. Victor got a perfect jump. So after the walk, 2 flyouts, and back to the top we go, and Michael Garcia. Join the Cardinals walk team presented by Mercy on Saturday, June 6th for the Susan G. Komen Greater St. Louis More Than Pink Walk at Westport Plaza. Register today at cardinals.com/Komen. Garcia long at bat in the first inning. He bounced out to short.
I see Dustin May being aggressive with his fastball, trying to get ahead. Has a good glove side breaking ball to go along with that.
One of the real quirks on the season at the quarter mark here in 2026 is the American League. At the start of play tonight, marked just 5 teams over 500 in the junior circuit. That's shocking to me.
It is. It's shocking. They've been, think about the East and how dominating years past. I mean, obviously the Yankees are playing well. I've seen down seasons from a lot of teams that have high expectations. That's the reason why you've seen 2 managers get fired already.
Royals won 86 games in 2024, 82 last year. Quite a turnaround from their 2023 campaign, where they lost 106 of them. JJ in shallow right calls off Walker and squeezes that, and May works around a leadoff walk and pitches a scoreless third. Bottom third for the Redbirds, no score against the Royals. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by your Mid-America Chevy dealers. By BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. And by Rally House St. Louis, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. No score at Busch Stadium. Time for our Wells Fargo Active Mike. Let's check in with the cat, Jim Hayes.
Yeah, it's always a good time to chat with Ollie Marmol, and May pitching another good one for you. He's been cranking out quality start after quality start. What are you seeing from him?
He's feeling really good about his fastball. From a mentality standpoint, he's on the attack, and it's playing well.
If you look at what your starting rotation has been done since May 1st, sub-3 ERA, is there anything that connects the dots in there?
The preparation. They've done a really nice job of continuing to grow in that area as far as what they do well, what the weaknesses are, layering that on top of the opposition, and just being really prepared before every start, using the days in between really well. So I'm proud of our group. We need to continue to work.
I think it might be an understatement to say you guys are playing really good baseball, but we're, what, 45 games into the season? Is there anything you're finding out about your ball club now that you didn't know at the start of the season? And you can tell me that's a good question.
I'm not sure that we didn't know at the beginning of the season, but it's one thing to sit in a clubhouse during spring training and talk about the things that you want to do during the year from a culture standpoint, identity standpoint. It's another thing to do it. They continue to show that they're just a really tough group. They're competing extremely hard regardless of situation. I'm proud of them.
Just so you know, in his career, Descalso was 4 for 9 against Waka. Thank you, Ollie.
You got it, brother.
That's research, Chip.
That's why you're the best, Cat. Hey, can we sign Descalso?
Yeah,
and get
grab
him
a
in the game?
bat.
Just in case. As Nathan Church leads off for the Cardinals. He had 6 hits, 3 multi-hit games out west, full count, and fought that 4-seamer.
Sure.
Back to the screen.
I'm sure John Jay has a couple numbers against Michael Walker, too.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. We'll get Ricky on that. Well, Walker's had a great career with the Cardinals, Mets, Rays, Red Sox, San Diego, now Kansas City. And he just issued a leadoff walk. Second leadoff man on for the Cardinals. Walker's 18th free pass, and Pedro Pages is next. Pedro was out at the ballpark about 3.5–4 hours before the game, and he was taking a ton of extra BP.
Yeah, Chevy Pitch Tracks will show that's down in the strike zone. Will Little, the home plate umpire, has been reducing that down pitch tonight, which is really interesting. See if he calls it moving forward.
Same scenario for Pages that faced Mason Wynn earlier. They give him the right side of the infield if he can poke one that way. Pedro 1 for 12 on the road trip. Snapped a long offer out in Sacramento. And starts play tonight with a .209 batting average. Victor Scott waits on deck. Think about creating things on the bases. This is a tough combo. We told you how quickly Waka gets the ball to the plate, and Salvador Perez is still state-of-the-art behind the dish.
Well, what you do is you click into those dirt balls and being able to advance on those wild pitches.
And Ricky got the answer to your question about John Jay. By the way.
Okay, here we go with John Jay. 444 against Michael Walker. 4 for 9. So our coaching staff needs to grab a bat. Some pine tar on it.
That shaves off a corner.
Say a little more stretching for those guys before you go out there and perform.
I don't know if there's enough time before the game. They're rapidly approaching that everything hurts stage.
Get the sauna ready.
Yeah. 2-2. And a roller hit toward Garcia at third. Around the horn they go. That'll be the second double play in as many innings. And Victor Scott the second will be next with 2 outs. Really happy for Victor. He blasted a home run in Sacramento. And tonight looks for his first career hit against Kansas City. Victor is putting in the work. He is putting in the overtime work. All that's missing now are the payoffs, the results.
And it's the routine, but also diving into the aspect of watching and developing an individual scouting report. You go along with your hitting coaches, but also you are the one that feels in that batter's box.
That one right back where it came from, and it's short, went to his left. Waka feels like a pinata. That one almost got him on the way by. We head to the 4th inning, still scoreless. You're watching Cardinals TV, presented by Bet365. Mark Sweeney, Chip Carey, Jim Hayes, and the rest of our great Cardinals TV crew with you from Busch Stadium. Dustin May and Michael Waka locked in a scoreless duel after 3. May starts his second trip through the Kansas City order and starts with Bobby Witt. And in for a strike.
Chip 7 of 11 first pitch strikes. That's been one of the key what I was watching for. And against Bobby Witt, he was very aggressive with his fastball. Heard Ollie talk about it. It's a mentality for Dustin May. And to me, it's having that confidence to reach back. We've seen that a couple times tonight.
Swing and a miss. There's that 97-mile-an-hour heat.
Yeah, what it does to you as a hitter is just speeds you up, and you start cheating on the fastball. When you're doing that, you're exposed to the breaking ball.
Burleson way off the line at first base for Witt, who is the second overall pick in the 2019 draft. And Witt tried to hit it past Burley near the line and just missed an extra base hit. Adley Rutschman of Baltimore was the first overall pick in 2019. Bobby Witt Jr. second, Andrew Vaughn third to the White Sox. J.J. Bleday fourth to the Marlins. Dustin ready, his 1-2 pitch. Straw came out outside corner, and Witt is going to challenge.
The batter's counting the pitch.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. We had a major league record 12 challenges yesterday in Sacramento, and Witt chose wisely. That will even the count. Instead of strike three, it's 2-2.
Yeah, you can't complain to Will Little. That looked like a strike. It was a four-seam fastball, but it had a little cut to it at the end, working off the plate.
Throw it there again. See if he goes fishing with an even count. And he did just that. Love it when they follow the script. Strikeout number 3 for May, and a good start to the 4th inning.
Well, he was obviously sitting breaking ball after that four-seamer. And this is 99 on the bottom part of the strike zone.
Beautifully presented by Pedro Pajes Pasquantino, the pride of Old Dominion University. Is next. He lined out to right. One ball, no strikes. Pasquantino first got to the big leagues in 2022. Last year, a breakout season, 32 homers and 113 RBIs. He and Salvi Perez both 3,100 men.
And you see the numbers. That's really the indication of how this offense has gone. Middle of the order has been down so far.
Perez would be next. It's a 3-0 count. Pasquantino, an 11th round pick in 2019. He's had some injury problems, bad luck in the early days of his big league career, but healthy and good to go tonight. And a 4-pitch walk, second free pass for May, and now Perez is up. He's a double play candidate if he can get the ball on the ground here in the 4th inning. Perez, a 9-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glover, 5-time Silver Slugger winner, Roberto Clemente Award winner, and the 4th captain in the history of their franchise. George Brett, Frank White, and Mike Sweeney.
No relation.
No relation. The others.
What an amazing guy.
Got to be related somehow, somewhere down the line.
He's the West Coast Sweeney, and I'm on the East Coast, so
Gotcha.
we kind of combined a little bit. Really funny story how I met him. He was a catcher way back in the day. I was with the Cardinals, and we get to spring training, and I'm on the road, obviously. Road warrior, they called me, and I go up to, they announced my name as murmuring in the stands. I said, hey, nice to meet you. And I said, Mike, I'm tired of getting your mail. And he starts laughing, and the umpire's like, can we get this going?
No balls, 2 strikes for Perez. That's driven down the right field line. That's real trouble if it stays fair. It is fair off the side wall. Throw comes into second. Long single for Perez. And the Royals have them first and third in the 4th inning. That is Kansas City's first hit of the game.
Well, what Sal Perez does well is he hits off the plate, much like Alec Burleson for the Cardinals, and he does that. He keeps this fair, and it looked like he was going to slide into the stands a little bit. Foul, and goes for a single.
Carter Jensen, the DH, is up. First scoring chance for the Royals. A 1-out walk and a single down the line for Perez sets it up for Jensen. A lot of Kansas City fans made the trek across the state on I-70. They're here tonight. And a good start right there for a strike. No balls and a strike. In the air, left center. Can anybody catch up to that? Victor is not going to get it. That'll bounce all the way to the fence and score a run. The Royals have him at second and third with 1 out. So Jensen drives home his 19th run. The Royals cash in the free pass, and Kansas City strikes first here in the 4th inning. That was a great effort by Victor. He just ran out of gas. So a walk and back-to-back hits. And now some real work to be done. Second and third, 1 in, 1 out. Caglianone struck out with a big swing and missed in the 2nd inning. And couldn't time the high heat. No balls and a strike.
I like that pitch because it's 99 at the top of the rail, and that's important because Caglianone loves the fastball. He hunts that fastball.
They try to minimize the 4th inning damage here. It trails by a 1-0 count. And that just missed. Let's check out our StatCast and look at the pitch tunneling for Dustin May.
Well, how he does it is he starts looking for that fastball and sets it up, but you can see that tunneling mid-pitch. You start seeing that breaking ball exposing Caglianone to that in his first at bat.
When a casual fan sits at home and says or screams at their TV when their favorite player says, "How did you miss that pitch?" That amazing technology gives you a perfect illustration as to why it's really hard to hit.
It really is. And if you can tunnel with most of your pitches, that really exposes the hitter.
Three balls and a strike. Second time through the order. Problematic for May here. He's a pitch away from loading him up.
Yeah, looks uncomfortable in the stretch. Hasn't been pinpoint. A lot of borderline pitches have gone as balls.
Three balls and a strike. And they are loaded. 2 walks in the inning, 3 in the game. Well, you said he looks uncomfortable in the stretch. He can pitch out of the windup now with the bases loaded. If that's the choice, make sure you tell the umpires. As Isaac Collins will be the batter. He drew a base on balls last time up. And that last walk will draw a visit from Cardinals pitching coach Dusty Blake. So trouble afoot in the Kansas City 4th. 1-0 Royals. Bases loaded. 1 man out. Let's step aside for a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Breather here for Dustin May, who set down 9 of the first 10 and 10 of the first 11 for a walk. Got this mess started in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, this is a situation. I think it was a good meeting of the minds, but Isaac Collins walked in his first plate appearance. Start looking at some of the numbers. He's 6 for 21 on first pitches. This is one of those elements that I think he's going to be aggressive in.
As we mentioned, he struggled to hit away from Kansas City. May's hoping that's the case here. He walked him to lead off the third inning. May is going to work out of the windup. Mason Wynn right behind the bag at shortstop. Two balls, no strikes.
Well, he's going to be really hard to work, and you see J.J. Weatherholt at second base. He is really getting close. Isaac Collins has good speed. They really need a double play ball here.
Collins, in case you wondered, has not hit a grand slam in the major leagues. He's the pride of Creighton University. One of the Rockies and Brewers organizations. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Two good cutters back to back.
Yeah, executed as well on that glove side. That's been his preference.
So do you triple up?
I think you do. I mean, he's looks like he's out over the plate. Feels comfortable there. I think you crowd him again.
A Royal at every base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Oh, flinch by Will Little, but he didn't raise the right arm. Now it's 3-2. Got to throw a strike or you trail 2-0. May peers over that red glove, has his sign. High fly ball, walloped right center field. Walker on the run to the warning track. He's got it. That will score Salvi Perez on a sac fly, and it's 2-0 Kansas City. He just missed launching that one out of Busch Stadium. It's 2-0. The park just big enough to hold that one. Tagging and moving up as well as Jensen. RBI number 14 for Collins, and now 2 are out. And Michael Massey, your batter. Kansas City, bases loaded, 1 out. They've scored twice. Now there are 2 outs in the inning. A long inning for May. He's pushing toward 30 pitches in this 4th inning. And gets ahead of the Royals second baseman.
He's got a good feel for that cutter. Trying to get into those leverage counts.
All right, he's gotten ahead 0-2. Can he seal the deal here? Cardinals will have the top of their order with Weatherholt, Herrera, and Burleson coming up. It's only 2-0 Kansas City. Pitch number 30 coming up. For Dustin May in the 4th inning, he threw 22 pitches in the first 2 innings of the game. Walks will kill you. He's issued 2 of them in the frame. 1 of them scored. It's really been interesting, I think, Mark, in the first 40 games of this season. The strike zone is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And the challenge for big league pitchers, knowing how well hitters know their strike zones and how hard they hit the ball, you got to throw it over the plate and take your chances.
Yeah, that's what hitters do. They're centering the plate, and it's making it easier for them to just watch, especially those 3-2 pitches.
Another one in the air, this one towards center. And Victor Scott is over and under and squeezes that to retire the side. Kansas City, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and a sac fly. Home fourth coming up in St. Louis.
St. Luke.
Wednesday, May 20th and Thursday, May 21st is Nurses Appreciation Days at the ballpark. With your theme ticket, fans take home a healthcare-inspired Cardinals sweatshirt. All your info at cardinals.com/theme. All right, Michael Wacha has been staked to a 2-run lead. J.J. Weatherholt gets things started. He struck out to start the game. Don't despair. The Cardinals this year, 25 wins. 12 of them have been of the comeback variety.
And that's really the feather in their cap, and they're going to have to work hard for this one. Michael Wacha only allowed 5 home runs in the year. He's been staking to 2 double play balls tonight. That's really kept him at bay.
5 outs on the ground for Wacha. And you mentioned he hasn't thrown his changeup a lot. That's an art, I think, that's lost in the game today. Saving a pitch for the second or third time through the order. Pitchers don't usually go 3 times through anymore, so they unload their arsenal early and often.
Yeah, Chip, we constantly talk about how they pitch 3rd time through the order. Michael Wacha understands this is a long haul. He has to earn that, and he does it by holding back. Now the changeup comes into it because he has ultimate confidence in that pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a tapper toward Witt at the bag. At second. He's got it. And 1 man down. Wacha 4-0 lifetime against the Cardinals. A sparkling ERA of 2.76. He's made 5 career starts. This is number 6 for him. And Herrera's next. He rolled out to third in his first trip to the dish.
Yeah, we always talk about the changeup, but it's usually to get swing and miss. He throws it for strikes. He can land it at any count, and he can make you as a hitter be very cautious. And when you're in between, that's what gives you a little struggles and also gets you on the ground.
Herrera's reached in 28 of his last 29 games. And I would think too, Mark, as hard as everybody throws in the game, and everybody does, a guy with a good changeup that might as well be 102 or 103 miles an hour. And get Herrera on the way by.
Well, I thought it hit his helmet at first glance, but then the way he reacted to it looked like he did a little matrix move. Yeah, it redirects, especially, so you can see that. This will probably be a better look. Wow.
I don't know, but he'll take the base. And Burleson hits one in the air toward left. Collins going back to the warning track, reaches for the wall and puts the squeeze on that. Herrera back to first. Burley gave it a ride, but he is out number 2. So Herrera all right after the glancing blow to the helmet. And now Jordan Walker, who's the man that hit the 100-mile-an-hour ball off Walker's right foot. Chance to go 2 for 2. 12 homers, 32 RBIs. He's had a sensational May. 3 homers, 5 doubles, and 16 hits for the Cardinals right fielder. That's back our way, foul, and just like that, it's 0-2. So he's ahead in the count is Wacha. He's got the kitchen sink to offer Walker. Let's see if he gets that changeup, if he can keep those hands back. He'll take his 2-strike time here. Wacha giving the Royals something they desperately need. That's length and efficiency. He's about to make his 50th pitch. Swing, drive, center field. Isbell going back. He has no more room. Walker ties the game with a bomb to straightaway center.
Now, Chip, that's a baker's dozen for Jordan Walker. 409 feet. And what's so impressive when he gets to 2 strikes, it's a changeup. So many times you can sit on this pitch, really difficult to elevate, and he does it perfectly. Watch how his lower half works. That gets the length, and that's the sound to go with it.
409 happy feet, and the Cardinals have answered with 2 themselves. Salvi Perez is going to challenge the pitch to Gorman as Jordan Walker wears the home run necklace, and Perez was right. ABS powered by T-Mobile flips the count to 0-1 for Gorman. A rarity for Walker, just the 6th homer he's allowed, and Walker 3 homers away from matching his career high of 16.
That's only the 3rd allowed to a right-handed hitter. But the impressive thing with Jordan Walker, we continue to praise him. We talked about it in our open, understanding how confident he is as a hitter.
There's a base hit for Gorman the other way. Man, that is good to see. He had the whole left side to play with, didn't try to do too much, and just hit a bullet the opposite way.
Yeah, the backdoor cutter, our Chevy pitch tracks will show the location. That's what's impressive. Hit it where it's pitched. So many times we see Nolan Gorman pull that pitch. He's going the other way, and that gets dangerous when he gets to do that.
So 2nd time through, problematic for Walker. Here's Mason Wynn. He hit to a double play. Something the Cardinals have done a lot. They have done great work hitting with 2 strikes. You mentioned that about Weatherholt. That's also been a team-wide effort. Back-to-back 2-strike hits for St. Louis in this 4th inning.
Yeah, Chip, that stuff gets contagious, but also that's their chemistry that we talk about too. They're having fun in that dugout. They're also having fun in the locker room. That's what wins do. And you get numbers like that, Jordan Walker being able to perform the way he is. It's a different level for this offense.
And no deficit is too great for this team to overcome, at least in their minds. And as we saw yesterday, all it takes is one glimmer of opportunity for this young group to take advantage of it. So a homer for Walker. That's driven to right. It'll hang up for Caglianone, and that will retire the Cardinals in the 4th. A hit batsman and a homer gets things tied. Jordan Walker hits his 13th homer. 34 RBIs, leads the club, and we've got new life heading to the 5th.
2-run shot by Jordan Walker. We are tied at 2 apiece. Except for one rough 8-game stretch, Jordan has been consistently dangerous at the plate this season. Brant Brown told me confidence has been the key. He said confidence can sometimes overshadow anything else in this game. He said Jordan got off to a good start, found the belief, found the confidence, and was able to flip the script. Guys, flip the script. He did.
I think you're right, and I think what's been noticeable too, Jim, about Jordan this year is when he had that stretch about 3.5 weeks ago where he cooled off, as Burley's going to handle this one off the bat of Isbell for the first out. He didn't push the panic button. He went back and looked at video of himself, saw what was different, and immediately was able to apply it and get right back on track.
So Brant Brown told me Walker kind of understands what he needs to do, what they were looking for. So when he does get off kilter for a game or two, they said it's an easy fix, and he understands, okay, I got to do this. And it's a different thing once he has it, and they believe now he has it. And I think we're going to see this the rest of the season, or at least hopefully.
Well, Jimmy, I also will say this too. For a young hitter, you're always looking for a routine, and you have to be able to cement your routine with success on the field. You're constantly tinkering and trying different things, and for a young player like Jordan Walker, that is a huge key. The conversations he has with Brant Brown and the other hitting coaches are very important, but when he shows up and knows his routine is what gets him ready every single night, then you go on the scouting report and couple that with the success on the field, and you got a dangerous player.
Well, he's been dangerous tonight. A 2-run homer to tie it up. Michael Garcia toward third. and rolled foul.
You think about the 31 pitches last time out in the last inning for Dustin May. He got a shot in the arm with that 2-run homer as well.
One ball, 2 strikes for Garcia. And that one shot towards second. JJ to an E, and the throw is perfect. So May quickly 2 outs after the Cardinals tie the game for him. And we remind you to join us for the post-game concert series, first of the season in 2026. It's Friday, May 29th. Busch Stadium welcomes country superstar Jordan Davis to the field after the Cardinals and Cubs play. All your info at cardinals.com/postgame. Never too early to make your plans to come to St. Louis for a Cardinals Cubs series. And your game ticket, your concert ticket on May the 29th. Cardinals and Cubs will also play a Sunday night game, so make your plans accordingly for that 3-game series here in St. Louis. Bobby Witt 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. You know, Jordan Walker's first season in 2023, 16 homers, 51 ribbies, hit .276. Following year, 201 in 51 games. The results just weren't there for him with 5 homers. As this one to the left side, Wynn's got it, and a laser takes care of Bobby Witt. The results there for Jordan Walker tonight, and Dustin May too. He's got a shutdown inning as rivalry rolls merrily along. Church, Pius, and Scott try to give the Cardinals the lead over the Royals. Cardinals 2, Royals 2. Redbirds up in the 5th inning. Lower 3rd coming up on a beautiful Friday night. It's Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Young crowd, enthusiastic crowd, seeing a well-pitched game to this point. And Nathan Church takes a strike. He walked to start the Cardinals. 3rd was erased on a double play. Waka's had 2 of those turned behind him tonight. Church, Pajes, and Scott. And off the end of the bat toward Massey at second. Church flying down the line is just out by a quarter step. And another ground ball out gets things started for Waka. 1 away.
Think about Michael Wacha too. We talked about his arsenal, how he pitches, but also paces very well. Had that comebacker by Jordan Walker. It seems like he's gotten better, other than that mistake to Jordan.
Michael's part of a cool fraternity. Pitchers who have won 10 or more games with both the Cardinals and the Royals. Nelson Briles, Jeff Suppan, Mark Littell, Waka, and the Mad Hungarian Al Raboski, who's at the ballpark tonight.
Any list Hungo's on is a list that I love.
That's off to our right and foul quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. Lots of room in left center for Pedro if he can pull one that way. And they keep it away for ball 1. Back-to-back day games for the Cardinals and Royals. 1:15 first pitch tomorrow. Kyle Leahy and Noah Cameron hook up. Driven towards center. Isbell going back. Look at that baby carry. Pedro Pajes hits one out to center. And the Cardinals have the lead. That's his first career extra base hit against Kansas City. No doubt about it, solo homer to center.
Yeah, 1 hit on the road trip, but nothing bigger than the separator. He brought the dogs out too.
His first homer since April 27th in Pittsburgh. And the 4th of the season. Cardinals have the lead now as Victor Scott is next. He's had a big home run this year, hit one into the river against the Pirates, you recall, and then blasted one against the A's. Of all the things that have surprised me in the first quarter of this season, it's the Cardinals' power. I did not see this up and down this lineup.
Yeah, you're wondering how they were going to score runs consistently. And that home run power has been really important to this offense.
And the relentlessness of this offense paying dividends for Brant Brown and company. Another 2-strike hit and another 2-strike homer.
They continue to identify themselves, but they are a scrappy group. And the one thing they do is they capitalize on mistakes. You see a lot of hitters, they'll foul off some of those mistakes and you get frustrated. You go the ups and downs. This offense continues to show up.
3 balls and a strike. Victor, a sinking line drive to short. Witt is in the way of that. 2 outs. Let's take a look at Pedro's homer that gives Dustin May the lead, our BJC healthcare difference maker.
Yeah, it was a mistake by Michael Wacha, but a better swing by Pedro Pages. See the balance in the swing, and this had a different sound going into center field, and you could see that. An outstanding swing by Pedro Pages.
So all that hard work pays off for him. That one curling into the seats to the left for JJ, who's 0 for 2 tonight.
Just getting back to your point about 2 strikes. St. Louis with 2 strikes this year, 20 home runs, 146 hits. That's getting it done and staying in the at bat.
.146 of their 351 hits this year with 2 strikes. I don't know where that percentage ranks in baseball, but I'm guessing that's at or near the top. Roughly a third of them.
Yeah, and everyone understands you don't want to get to 2 strikes, but when you do.
Poke toward first, and Pasquantino is there to retire the side. Pedro Pages had 1 hit on the road trip. He's got 1 hit tonight, and it gives the Cardinals a lead going to the 6th. Mark, get your beauty sleep. We got 2 day games coming up in St. Louis on Saturday and Sunday. That's your Budweiser. What's on tap?
Well, the beauty sleep won't happen, but these games will. Noah Cameron, the talented left-hander, the right combination. But for me, Kyle Leahy and Andre Palante. Remember, Andre had the 1 hitter last year in Kansas City against the Royals.
Well, his starter Dustin May has a 1-run lead now with the 3, 4, 5 batters coming up. Pasquantino, Perez, and Carter Jensen. Well, you asked for some run support for Dustin. The Cardinals have hit 2 homers. They've given him a 3-2 lead. So Pasquatch digs in for the Royals. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And a little high, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, they've been crowding Pasquantino tonight. A lot of fastballs in, cutters.
No free passes to this part of the lineup, but he's fallen behind. 2 balls, no strikes.
He's fighting his mechanics a little bit. It had a lot to do with that 31 pitch 4th inning.
So trouble afoot here, 3-0 with Perez next. Both Royals runs came in the 4th inning. Both came in this part of the lineup. See if they green light him here. Nope. 3 balls and a strike. Nowhere near. It's a leadoff walk. That's 4 of them for May. He's been erratic in the strike zone tonight. So trouble afoot with Perez coming up. Let's see what's next after a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Hard fought battle for Perez last time. He hit a single off the base of the fence in right. He was swinging for the downs and almost barreled that baby. This guy has tortured the National League in interleague play. 68 career homers, 201 career RBIs.
Yeah, free swinger, but he doesn't miss too many times. Bat to ball skills are through the roof.
After Perez, you've got all the left-handed bats, so the proverbial lane for Oliver Marmol to ponder. And it's Justin Brule getting loose with a man aboard and nobody out.
90+ pitches for Dustin May in the last 5. Hasn't gone over 100 pitches yet this year.
In the air to right, Walker retreats and has plenty of room. That'll take care of Perez. There's one big out. Back to first, Pasquantino. Carter Jensen is next. 4 walks is one reason why that pitch count's piled up. That's a season high for Dustin tonight.
Yeah, economical first time through the order. Fighting himself just a little bit.
Jensen with a laser to left center. With that in mind, Victor Scott slides over 6 or 7 steps to his right. Try to cut off that gap. Instead, it's bounced up the middle and through for a hit. They're not going to run on Walker, so 2 aboard, 1 out. Jensen's 2 for 3. And Caglianone is next. He is 0 for 1 with a walk.
Well, let's see the pitch. Got him on a curveball the last time, and he hunts that fastball early in count. See JJ pulled over on the pull side. And as your points, no one's running on Jordan Walker. 2 extraordinary arms. Jack Caglianone for the Royals as well has a great throwing arm.
Bouncing ball, high hop off the glove of Burleson. JJ has no play. Everybody's safe. So an infield hit for Caglianone, and all kinds of trouble now with Isaac Collins up, bases loaded, 1 out.
Gets the cutter, but also bounds over. I think Burley got disrupted here with the big bounce off the bat. Not gloving it, but JJ Weatherholt backing him up. Outstanding play, holding the runner to third base.
So that saved a run for the moment. Now the infield will gather and talk to May. That gives Brule a few more tosses in the bullpen. And George Soriano has gotten up too, so see how quickly George can get loose if Ollie decides to go that way. Collins a switch hitter. Then Massey and Isbell 2 left-handed bats. And the Royals swept by the White Sox, went 4 for 24 with runners in scoring position. My count tonight, they are 2 for 3, I beg your pardon, and hitting just 178 for the year. So a big spot for Kansas City in the 6th. Collins has walked and hit a sac fly. And that's where they went to crowd him in the 4th inning.
Yeah, remember that last at bat, he got to 2-2 and then ended up throwing a ball off the plate, trying to crowd him again. Got away from him, got the 3-2 and the sac fly on the 3-2 fastball. You got to keep on crowding him inside.
May again winding up with the bases loaded. It's funny how often a walk leads to all kinds of chaos. That's what led to the 2 runs in the 4th inning. That's what's led to this bases loaded jam in the 6th. And Pages is going to challenge.
Yeah, and I like this challenge too, because this may make a switch if it's successful.
Was Pedro Wright, ABS powered by T-Mobile. He took a shot, and that cost the Cardinals one of their 2 challenges. And the count confirmed, 2 balls and a strike. (3-2) St. Louis, but that in jeopardy here. The pitch. Ground ball. Burley's got it. Step on the bag. Throw to the plate. And not in time. Pasquantino beats the rap at the plate. The Cardinals get Collins at first. That ties the game 3-3.
Yeah, and this is really the only play for Alec Burleson. He understands he has to take the out at first base. Pasquantino does not have good speed. But him just taking it into that foul territory, really the only play he could make.
So Kansas City does score that leadoff walk. 4 walks for May, 2 have scored. And new life for the Royals. It's a 3-3 game. The RBI for Collins, his 14th of the season, and 2 of them tonight. Mascio for 2. Second and third now for the Royals, 2 outs. High in the air to right. Walker is at the edge of the track, and he's got that to retire the side. So May is through 6. Nothing decided yet at Busch Stadium. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Cardinals in a Game 1 thriller.
Good things.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, the Cardinals troublemakers offensively are up here in the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for Oliver Marmol. It starts with Ivan Herrera, and he takes outside. Ball 1. A glancing blow off the batter's helmet for Herrera last time up, and he scored ahead of Jordan's 2-run homer.
Whew. What a changeup that was. I always describe a good one as it's a floating butterfly. That's what it looks like as a hitter.
There's the slider. And Wacha's last 2 starts, both 7-inning affairs. 2 hits and shutout ball against the Tigers. And that one cut on and missed. Herrera asks if it was a strike. The answer was no. And there is your first out for the Cardinals in a 3-3 game. Every home Sunday game starting 2 hours before first pitch. Fans can enjoy games and free frozen treats while supplies last in Ford Plaza. That's presented by Prairie Farms. It's out at Ford Plaza before the game today. Former Cardinals pitcher Andy Benes is at Busch Stadium tonight.
Teammate of mine. Man, what a competitor he was. Had his big brother. Younger brother Alan was outstanding too. I mean, this is that big right-hander and what you remember from the Cardinals pitchers.
1 ball, 1 strike. Andy Benes, you recall, was a 1-1 draft pick. First overall in the draft. I ran into Andy as a member of the Mariners. We were together in Seattle with Lou Piniella years ago. And Burleson out on a check swing strikeout. Back-to-back punch-outs for Wacha. And here's Jordan Walker. 2-run homer back in the 4th inning, and he went down and golfed it.
Yeah, 2 strikes, and he sits on a changeup. And what I loved about it is it had length. That lower half is working so nicely along with that barrel.
Remember all the hue and cry about what the Cardinals wanted to see Jordan do at the plate? Get the ball in the air? Well, last season, Jordan Walker had a 46.9%. Let me correct that. He had a 47.5% ground ball rate. That's down to 36% this year. His fly ball rate in 2025, 22%. This year, 32%, almost a 50% increase. Needless to say, the results are showing why the Cardinals wanted that to happen. And there's another example. Fooled by a pitch, didn't run out of bat, and smokes a single into center. He's got a 3-for-3 night.
Well, our Chevy pitch tracks will show the location of this pitch. It's way off the plate. Gets that slider, and it's elevated enough. What's so good about Jordan Walker, last year we see him swing through that, and this year he's putting in play.
And that second replay was so great. Maybe we can go back and show that. Maybe freeze it at the point of contact. I want you to focus on where Jordan Walker's eyes were on that pitch. I mean, right on the bat. Watch.
Yeah, head down, barrel there, and you're hitting it off the end of the bat, but he's so strong he can elevate that into the outfield.
So 5 hits for St. Louis. Gorman fooled with a changeup. That's the pitch he's got to find a way to master.
Listen, there's mechanical issues that you have to deal with moving forward for Jordan Walker, but also the mentality. It is huge to understand, and you heard Ollie talk about it, how much confidence does at this level.
They changed the eye level. Will Walker go back to the off speed here with Gorman behind in the count 1-2. Gorman singled to left last time. Look at how the Royals play him here. They cut off that hole between third and short. And now it got a piece of Will Little on the way by. Salvi Perez said, "You all right?" And got Will on the shoulder. Daniel Lynch, the fourth, is throwing in the KC bullpen. Cardinals have made Waka work. He's approaching 90 pitches on a warm night. Cardinals have been great with 2 strikes and 2 outs tonight. Can Gorman continue that? It's not to be here. There's the changeup, and Waka 3 strikeouts in the 6th inning preserves a tie. You're watching Cardinals TV, presented by Bet365. Wednesday, June 2nd, it's Backyard Baseball Night at Busch Stadium with a theme ticket. Fans take home an exclusive Backyard Baseball 2001 Mark McGwire bobblehead. Info at cardinals.com/theme. Good game. 3-3 your score. Cardinals go to the bullpen first. It's George Soriano who is set to answer. Our first Chevy called to the bullpen. Mark, he's got the 9, 1, and 2 Royals batters coming up.
Yeah, we saw Soriano 3 times on the road trip. Twice in San Diego, 1 time in West Sacramento. And he has earned some high leverage situations. I think Ollie is testing what he has and the repertoire he has, but he has shown well.
Final line for Dustin May: 6 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. 2 of those 4 walks scored. That'll be what will stick in the craw of Mr. May after this game, win or lose. And let's hope the Cardinals can start the homestand with a victory. The Redbirds 10-10 here at Busch Stadium so far this year. They've won 11 of their last 16 overall. Isbell leads off and takes upstairs. Kyle 0 for 2. He's flat out to center and popped out to first. Again, this is a Cardinal killer. Don't want to walk him with the big boys coming up in the 7th inning. Isbell hits from the left side. Then you've got Garcia and Witt right-handed. Pasquantino lefty, and then Salvi Perez a righty. So for Soriano, if he has a little traffic here, you've got more right-handed bats than left, and that's another reason why he's in the game here.
Yeah, they're constantly looking for those pitching lanes, and it is very important pushing in a comfortable position for Soriano.
No swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's Lance Barksdale, the umpire at third. Lance has been around a long time. He should work on every Purina Pooches in the ballpark, Dan.
Sure has. Sure will. Yep. Rough.
I knew what you meant. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Comes out a little differently sometimes. Here's Lance.
Lefty's hitting 143 against Soriano. Righty's 233. This year he's got that great changeup, and that one Powder River right down the middle. He couldn't pull the trigger, could Isbell, and Soriano with that off speed has out number 1 in the 7th.
Well, I love George Soriano and his changeup because he has really good arm speed, locating that one perfectly and locking up Isbell.
Michael Garcia 0 for 3, 3 groundouts in the game. Garcia is 2 for 16 on the road trip for Kansas City. Despite those hitting woes, he is getting on base. He's done that 9 consecutive for the Royals. And that one in the air to left. Church should have no trouble. He makes the hop catch. And Garcia's 0 for 4. 2 away, and here's Witt. Bobby Witt is 0 for 3 as you compare tonight's right-handed starters.
Give yourself an opportunity to win. Dustin May really cruised through the first time through the order and had the tough 31 pitch 4th inning. But again, your opportunity to give your team a victory is what's huge as a starting pitcher.
Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 3. Not anymore. He picked on the first pitch and almost Charlie Brown Soriano. That one whistled by the mound. So a 2-out single for him.
I think Bobby was the one that wanted to get Dustin May out of the ballgame. And when he does, he just feels more comfortable. Talked about how hot he was coming into this series. The line drive approach from the shortstop.
And he might have gotten Soriano out of the game. Oliver Marmol is popping out of the dugout. He had JoJo Romero getting loose. We've got Pasquantino, Perez, and Jensen. 2 of those 3 men bat left-handed. So little overtime work for JoJo Romero coming with 1 on, 2 outs, tie game in the top of the 7th at Busch. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. We've got a great game at Busch Stadium tonight. The Royals 3, the Cardinals 3. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Kansas City has Bobby Witt Jr. at first base, Vinny Pasquantino in the batter's box, and JoJo Romero the second to answer our Chevy call to the bullpen.
Well, first in holds in the National League, and he had 3 holds on the road trip, 2 in San Diego and 1 in West Sacramento.
Summer is almost here, guys. Hang on just a couple more weeks.
Looks like a pillow fight gonna break out in the stands with those youngsters.
Swing and a miss. Pasquatch didn't get that. On that graphic for JoJo, you saw 32 pitches in the last 3 days. As you look at how this lineup card lines up for the 8th inning, assuming JoJo gets out of the 7th, more left-handed batters are coming up. And this is his 22nd appearance. 5 of them have been of an inning and a third or more.
Yeah, and you wonder if he can handle that responsibility of up downs. They always talk about with starting pitching, but if he can do it as a reliever.
Well, that was easy, wasn't it? 3 pitches, retires Pasquantino. He couldn't have hit that with a canoe paddle. Nice job by Romero. Here's who's up for the Cardinals in the home 7th after the stretch. Wynn, Church, and Pius. Let's get some runs. Well, take a long look at Daniel Lynch IV. He's the first to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen for the Royals. He's been very good in his 17 appearances this season. Gets the ball on the ground and knows how to fire strike 3.
And also he's very aggressive, 60% first pitch strike. So you watch how the Cardinal hitters handle that.
He's only given up 1 run in his last 5 appearances, so we'll see if Mason Wynn and company can change that as the Cardinals launch the Honda home run inning. Your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation if somebody can go deep tonight. Jordan Walker's done that. Pedro Pajas has done that. Both of those blows came against Michael Wacha, who leaves with a no decision. Down the line in right. Caglianone chasing that. That's in the corner. He tries to slide up against the wall and can't come up with it, and he's slow to get up. Great effort by Caglianone as he went slamming into the wall trying to haul that drive in from Mason.
Well, he has improved in the outfield, but this is a first baseman. You see that left foot going right into that wall. He run out of room quickly down in that right field corner.
Yeah, left foot to the wall, right knee against the concrete where the padding stops. But he pronounced himself fit for duty. No balls and a strike for Mason. Mason 0 for 2 tonight. He has made a very obvious effort to hit the ball to the right side.
And he did in his last at bat too, lining it out to right field.
He'll have to protect here with 2 strikes. And he shoots that one down the left field line. Mason Wynn's going to have a double. And that is what hitting the ball the other way can do for you. He's always been strong enough and quick enough to get those hands in, Mark. And that was a beautiful piece of 2-strike hitting again for the Cardinals.
And Chip, to your point, that's how you earn pitches inside. Not that he can't go the other way on the pull side, but when you go the opposite way so many times, they're going to challenge you inside. He was quick to that spot.
So Church is the batter. At the very least, Nathan wants to advance Mason Wynn here. 69th career double for Mason. And Church pops one back to the screen. No balls and a strike. This is what Ollie talks about, playing and winning games on the margins, doing the little things consistently well. Can Church get Wynn to third here in a tie game?
It looked like he was trying to bunt that to Garcia.
Now he's got a fight on his hands. It's 0-2.
I hadn't seen Nathan too many times bunt for a sacrifice bunt. Most of his has been trying to bunt for a hit.
He has 2 of them on the year, but betting it's off here with 2 strikes. It's not. And that one is butted foul. So Church, 3 tries, can't get the bunt down. That's strikeout for Lynch. No advance of the runner and 1 away. Here's Pages. 5th inning, a 2-strike solo home run that gave the Cardinals a brief lead.
Yeah, that's a beautiful swing by Pedro. Struggled offensively on the road trip, but he has those big moments. You go back to Pittsburgh and again tonight.
Hard work pays off for the Cardinal catcher. And a swing and a miss. Knuckle curveball fools Pedro Pages. And he'll take his time. Cardinals, for all the good they've done this year offensively, they have left a lot of men on base. Tonight just 2, but a big one there in Mason Wynn, who doubled to start the inning. Pickoff play at second. Entering action tonight, the Cardinals have left the 5th most runners on base in the league. Good news is they're getting chances. The bad news is they've left a few more on than they'd like.
Yeah, that's the growing pains that you want to clean up a little bit. Daniel Lynch understands how important it is to get strike 3. You mentioned Chip, he gets the ball on the ground, but he wants a strikeout here. Another opportunity for Mason Wynn just to read the ball in the dirt.
But getting it past Perez might be like trying to throw it past the Berlin Wall here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the air to right, curling again toward the stands, and there'll be no play. Pages, the 8th place hitter for the Cardinals. Wynn led off with a double. Church struck out trying to bunt. Now Pages behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Mason on second base puts a lot of pressure on Pop Warner.
Now the changeup. Back-to-back strikeouts after the double, and it's up to Victor Scott II, or will it be someone else? Looks like Jose Fermin's grabbed a bat. He'll pinch hit. How about Fermin and his work on the road trip? First time he ever played first base in a big league game yesterday in Sacramento, and he looked like he'd been there his whole life.
Yeah, Stubby Clapp has done a nice job preparing him for that situation, and he did. He looked very comfortable. That's what you have to do to be a super utility guy.
So the Royals get the scouting report on Fermin. We get a quick word from Rally House.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Fermin as a pinch hitter. He's done very well. He's 3 for 6 with a double. He's walked twice. A 1292 OPS off the bench ain't too shabby. You know all about that, Mark.
Yeah, and what you have to do is you have to command, and that first pitch fastball has to be aggressive. Obviously, taking it at bat is very important, but this is his specialty, going the opposite way.
You see pinch hitters offer at that first one so often. Is it true the first one's sometimes the best one you're going to get?
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that you're going to get a fastball, but you have to time up that fastball. That's the important aspect. You don't want to get beat by a fastball, and you don't want to take a lot of fastballs.
He's been observing the game. He laid off that changeup that's been so effective for Lynch in this 7th inning.
The good things these days is they get a base of at-bats. I think Ollie's done a really good job getting him some at-bats where he feels comfortable in these situations.
You've got Weatherholt, another lefty for the Cardinals. Kansas City's bullpen is busy again. Nick Mears is playing catch. 2 balls and a strike. That missed inside, so Fermin in the driver's seat. 26,000 plus here tonight for game 1. Good lead at second. The pitch is ball 4. Nice work by Fermin. So it's up to Weatherholt. How many times have we said that already this year? This kid doesn't mind left-handed pitching. Maybe that's what the doctor ordered for JJ, who was 0 for 3 against Michael Wacha.
Yeah, his calmness and his demeanor in these situations have been unlike any rookie.
Look at the hole he's got on the left side. And that's called a strike. Cardinals have just 1 challenge left.
I thought he wanted to challenge that. See him with the little deke into his ear flap instead of on top of his helmet.
Now Lynch says he needs a reset on the pitch count. You can understand why the Royals want to make sure the pitch count works here with a runner at second base. He can stare in if they decided to use the old-fashioned hand signals. So Lynch gets a reload. We haven't really seen this too often this year. Maybe they've got improved battery technology.
I like that. My battery just went out on my toothbrush.
Really?
They're worried about pitch count.
Now, is it the Lynch pitch count, or is it a problem with the one on the shin guard of Salvador Perez? Lynch said not once but twice, I don't hear anything, so I'm guessing the problem's with Perez's pitch device.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Gaglione in right field has a very good throwing arm. Also, center field and left field are pretty accurate.
Now they got it synced up. How sweet would it be if JJ could serve one to left and see if Mason Wynn could outrun the arm of Collins, who stands in the left field pasture, in a tie game. No balls, a strike. Lost his helmet. Now 0-2.
I love that swing. He was sitting breaking ball after he got first pitch fastball. That was a mistake.
Another 2-strike count. The pitch is knuckled towards short and right at the bag. That's easy pickings for Wynn. And the Cardinals can't cash in a leadoff double. That hurts, but we go to the 8th. We're still tied 3-3.
Top of 8 here at Busch, and coming up after the game, we have our Cardinal postgame show brought to you by Car Shield. Brad Thompson, Scott Warman with you. We'll talk a little starting pitching, but we'll also talk about the Redbirds powering up here. Right?
How about that? Jordan Walker again, 13th home run of the season. He wasn't the only one. Pedro Pajes gets in on the action, and hopefully a little bit more power later on in this one.
As we send it back to Chip and Mark, guys.
Thank you, Scott and Brad. Salvi Perez to face JoJo Romero in the 8th inning. More changes defensively. Nathan Church slides from left field to center. Jose Fermin takes over in left. Perez, Jensen, Caglianone for the Royals. Perfect world. Romero faces just 3 more batters in the 8th inning. We get the lead in the 9th, or for the 9th, and turn it over to Riley O'Brien. Perez 1 for 3. He scored the second Kansas City run. Both the Cardinals and Royals scored 2 in the 4th inning. This one bounced toward third. Gorman, nice pick, knows who's running, and a perfect throw. All that ballroom work in the offseason for Gorman pays off. Nice footwork and a smart play to take your time with Salvi Perez down the line.
Well, this is our Allstate good hands replay, and to his left, the calmness, and you mentioned it, just knowing the runner, knowing the situation. But again, the good throwing arm. He's had to make adjustments from last year to this year, and he's done so well at third base.
Well, let's cool this guy off, shall we? Carter Jensen's had a nice night. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, a double in the 4th inning, and a 6th inning single. In the air to right, but off stride. Jordan's got plenty of room. JoJo's phase 3. He's retired them all. Now Caglianone is up. He's got an infield hit. And he'll be taken down for Lane Thomas. Ryan Stanek is up and throwing in the Cardinals bullpen. Will Ali go get Romero here with a switch hitting Collins waiting on deck? Appears the answer to that is going to be no. So Pajes with the scouting report. Lane Thomas, another former Cardinal, debuted in 2019 in St. Louis. Washington and Cleveland, his other big league stops. Last season, 39 games with the Guardians. There's a strike.
Well, that sweeper has been so good. He gets the swing and miss, but also can land it on the first pitch.
Thomas has done good work off the bench. He is 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter for the Royals. He hits with 2 outs, bases empty in the 8th. The Cardinals will have the heart of their order coming up in their half of the inning. Without hit, the Royals 6-5. Kansas City has stranded 6 runners. St. Louis 4. And it doesn't surprise you, it's another close game.
Yeah, you see Nolan Gorman hugging that line just in a situation where you don't want to allow those doubles. So the outfield will take an extra step back, especially in the hitter's count. That's Gorman hugging the line.
3 balls, 1 strike. Look at that baby break in. Full count. JoJo's been efficient. His 4th batter, just his 16th pitch. But he'll have to throw a few more after a 2-out walk. So Thomas aboard. Collins is scheduled. Collins will turn around and hit right-handed. He's a 167 batter against left-handed pitching. That's the 5th Cardinals walk of the game. 2 of them have scored. The pitch, and that almost got him. How did he get out of the way of that? Woo, that was close.
Yeah, sinker that didn't sink. Watch this. Wow. Close to catching that jersey near the rib cage.
Needed a medium, not a large. Otherwise, he'd be at first base. I can hear Rex Hudler now saying, he should have leaned into that one. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's easy to say when you're not the one facing 96, exactly. Right? That tells you what Romero wants to do. He wants to crowd Collins on the inner half. And that one just missed. 2 balls and a strike. The zone has shrunk in the big leagues, folks.
Sure has, and it shrinks until there's no challenges.
Now it's 2-2.
Well, early in the count, he had that sweeper down and in. I think he can go to that. Also, he can go to his changeup if he likes.
In the air toward left. Fermin got a good jump, and Romero, what a job. Jojo Romero working overtime in St. Louis. He preserves the tie. Big boys are coming up for the Cardinals. Herrera, Burleson, Walker, hopefully Gorman too. Cardinals try to break a tie in game 1.
The Midwest moves.
Sweet Dog, we've said this a lot. This Cardinals team sure knows how to keep an audience, don't they?
They do, and a heart attack is 1 pitch away. But you look at the starting pitching, they really set the tone, did their job, and giving it over to the bullpen. But Jordan Walker changed the game.
This is Nick Mears. He's well rested. He last pitched 5 days ago, so maybe it's a rusty answer to the Chevy call to the bullpen. He was part of the deal that brought Isaac Collins from Milwaukee for Angel Zerpa, who's currently hurt for the Brewers. Last year, this guy pitched in 63 games in Milwaukee. So the Cardinals ought to be pretty familiar with him. Ivan Herrera, our Bet365 betting odds. Can he go deep and give the Cardinals the lead? He scored a run after being hit by a pitch tonight. Said April 25th, the last homer for Herrera. Mears has pitched in the big leagues with the Pirates, the Rockies, Milwaukee, and now Kansas City. And right over the top. What problems does that give you as a hitter?
Yeah, and you think about him crowding them with the fastball, especially after the first 2 pitches have been that breaking ball. He has held right-handers to a minuscule average.
There's a line drive into left. Another 2-strike hit, this time for Herrera. So the winning run is aboard for St. Louis. Nobody out. Burleson and Walker are coming up.
He got ahead with the first 2, and they were sliders. This one, another slider off the plate, but it's elevated. Goes out and hooks it into left field. Seen that a lot on the road trip, and now you're seeing it here against the Royals. A good start for the Cardinal offense.
How about a Burley bomb right here? He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Shot to right field. We'll settle for a single. Herrera will stop. Thomas got to it quickly. The Cardinals have first and second. Nobody out. And I don't think Jordan Walker is going to be bunting. So here's your Budweiser play of the game. Walker, in the middle of a 3-for-3 night, did this.
Yeah, the 2-strike approach was excellent. We already talked about it, how important it is, and probably extended Dustin May as well, but knotted at this game 2-2, and that's the standpoint.
Mr. Walker is making a case, partner, for Player of the Month honors in May.
.383 batting average, 6 doubles, 4 home runs, also 7 walks. He's been patient at times. Now 3 for 3 tonight, and he has done it all. He centers the field so well, but also it's usually lightning off of that bat.
Third 3-hit game for Walker. He does have one 4-hit game tonight, his 13th multi-hit game. That's second, Alec Burleson. Outfield straight away and deep. 2 on, nobody out. Herrera, your lead runner. Burleson is about 35 feet off the first base bag. That's because Pasquantino is way off the line.
Yeah, he'll get off the base as well. It'll disrupt the ground ball. Yeah, different ways to be able to disrupt the infield defense, like Jordan Walker, to try to drive one out of here.
In the 8th inning, it's the 4th time the Cardinals have had the leadoff man on in the game. They've yet to score one of those leadoff base runners. 2 on, nobody out. Walker ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Chopper toward third. 1 there and 2 there. Walker got the top half of the baseball and wraps into a 5-3 double play. Burleson at second, and now 2 outs.
How about Garcia, the Gold Glover, being able to tag third base and do that one hopper to Pasquantino. Pretty nifty defensive play by the Royals third baseman.
So the Cardinals have hit the 2 double plays. Now it's Gorman's turn. He's 1 for 3. Again, he struck out on a changeup last time. Mears has thrown a couple of those. And there's another one. It missed. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm not throwing this guy a fastball either. If he can hit it to the right of Alec Burleson, we'll dance in the streets, as they once said.
He did his second at bat in that 4th inning. They will walk him.
So they'll play the platoon matchup and go after Mason Wynn, who got to 2 strikes last time, and then hit a bullet down the third base line for a leadoff double.
Yeah, I like this move if you're a Cardinal fan. The reason why, because he's gone the other way, lined out to right field, but also pulled that double in his last at bat.
Last outing for Mears 5 days ago. The Tigers touched him for a couple of runs, including a homer. We'll take a hit of any kind right here. The pitch. Strike 2. Well, Mason, you got him right where you want him. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fought it off. That time a slider, still no balls, 2 strikes.
Now that slider's been inconsistent. He's got some swing and miss on it, but he really hasn't located it too well. That was a mistake.
Again, the 0-2. Laid off. Cardinals as a team coming into play tonight, a .231 team batting average with runners in scoring position. They're 0 for 4 with men at second and third so far tonight. Let's change it. Pitch. Did it go? Nope. That was close. 2-2. Ryan Addington said no swing.
Now let's take a look. That was a close one. Could have gone either way.
Swing and a miss. A curveball. Wow. Mears through the kitchen sink at the Cardinals. 2 on, nobody out, and we can't break the tie. That hurt. We go to the 9th. Lots of chances for the Cardinals in the 7th and 8th inning, but we haven't broken through yet, so our merry-go-round goes to the 9th inning. It's a 3-3 score. Riley O'Brien will come on and face the 8-9-1 batters for the Royals. He'll hope to stop them right here and hope St. Louis can walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Riley, the third Cardinal to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen tonight. Riley, 2 saves against the Athletics. So he's pitching for the 3rd time since the start of play May 12th. And he'll start with Michael Massey, who's 0 for 3. O'Brien tied for first in saves with 13 of them. This is not a save situation, but if the Cardinals score and he holds them down in the 9th, yeah, he went. He could pick up a win tonight.
Well, we really saw the growth of Riley O'Brien on this last road trip. That blown save in San Diego could have won the series. After an off day, gets a save against the A's.
Wow, did you see how Will Little called that pitch behind the plate? He was getting out of the way. That ball was buzzing on the inside corner. He wasn't sure if Pages was going to catch it or not. 2 balls and a strike. That one chopped toward first. High hop. Burley's got it. And a quick toss for the first out.
That ball had some top spin on it. Burley had to smother this. Let's take a look at it. Sounded like it was off the plate, so that second bounce really gets in there. Made it look easy, and it wasn't an easy play.
Pretty amazing, too. Jim Hayes reported earlier in the game the Cardinals have new turf everywhere at Busch Stadium. We've not seen any issues with the ball snaking or odd bounces. The turf looks to be really well rooted as we get set for the summer heat at Busch.
Hey, tip your groundskeeper.
Kyle Isbell, the center fielder, shoots one to center himself, and he's got a 1-out hit. So Isbell, you got to keep an eye on him. He's got 5 stolen bases, and now you've got Garcia, Witt, and Pasquantino coming up. So Isbell 1 for 4 on the night for Kansas City. Their 6th hit of the game. Another chance for Garcia. He's 0 for 4. 2 balls on the ground, 2 pop-ups. Fermin shuffles back in left a few steps. And in for a strike at 97.
That's been so important for Riley O'Brien, getting that strike 1.
This will be a fun challenge if the Royals try to steal a bag here. We mentioned Isbell, 5 stolen bases. Pages has thrown out double-digit base runners. And with O'Brien throwing the ball 100 miles an hour, that could help your defense. Short lead, not going, and a sweeper outside. 2 balls and a strike for Michael Garcia, who had a big breakout year last year. He's got 14 walk-off hits. Pitch. Ground ball to short, might be 2. 1 there. JJ the turn. Riley O'Brien shuts him down in the 9th. Well, we haven't had a walk-off at home in a while. That's how you celebrate Friday night. It'll be Church, Pages, Fermin, and hopefully more. 3-3 after 8.5 in St. Louis. Cardinals with a run could walk off and win game 1 of the series. We will have Church, Pages, and Fermin coming up. It's Matt Strom to answer the Chevy call to the bullpen for Kansas City. His ERA's taken a haircut the last 2 games. Strom has given up runs in both of them. And you know, Nathan Church is thinking about the missed opportunity to bunt in the 7th. He'll go to work lefty-lefty in the 9th. And Strom floats it over for a strike. Fastball, slider, changeup, sinker. The main pitches for Strom, the only big leaguer actively in the show, born in North Dakota. One ball, one strike. Strom's been around a long time. He's had a terrific career. And Church swung at ball 2. And now he's behind in the count.
Yeah, really took his body of work in Philadelphia and was that high leverage reliever that a lot of clubs were looking for.
Don't try to do too much, Nathan. Put it in play. Ball and 2 strikes. And he did just that. He floats it out to left. Another 2-strike hit. And Mark, for the 3rd straight inning, the Cardinals have the leadoff man on.
Yeah, and asking you shall receive. Good call, partner. Having the ability to just manipulate the barrel. This is an awkward swing. It's off the plate, but dumps in nicely for the Cardinals.
Now this may surprise some fans. It's said Pedro Pajas, one of the team's best bunters. Let's see if he can get one down. No sign of it. And up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardinals have walked off a winner 3 times this year. The Royals have walked off losers 3 times this year. Let's make it 4-4, shall we? 1 ball, no strikes. Right side open for Pedro. Church, a good lead. No bunt and a strike.
Let's see if Ollie puts it on here. Sometimes you give an opportunity for a guy, especially with that home run power he's shown earlier in the game.
Outfield, no doubles defense. Church, a short lead. He's going. Swing and a miss. The Perez throw is right on the money, but dropped. Oh, that's a break. They had Church dead to rights. But Massey dropped the baseball at second, and Church has his 4th stolen base.
Yeah, that was a tough ball to throw, but this was easily able to apply that tag to Nathan Church. It is dropped, and another break for the Cardinals.
He didn't get the greatest jumps, but he just got in safely, and now a hit wins the game. Outfield might have to shorten up a step or 2. Pajas, though, behind in the count. Way outside. It's 2-2. Fermin, then Weatherholt. Winning run at second. There's nobody out in the 9th. A 2-strike hit starts the rally. That just missed, or did it? Perez is going to challenge this. I think this one's going to be strike 3. Looked to be a pretty good pitch. And it is. So Pajas start looking. He's retired. And now it's Fermin versus Strom with 1 out. Fermin walked as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Stayed in the game to play left.
He got a lot of change-ups and breaking balls in that pinch hit plate appearance.
On a night where the Cardinals have hit 2 home runs, St. Louis has had the leadoff man in each of the last 3 innings, but is looking for an elusive hit with a runner in scoring position. Ollie's never quit squad, 0 for 6 with men at second or third. If Fermin can change that here, we'll start the weekend the right way. Church, a good lead. Pitch. Almost hit it. Ball 1. A run would make a winner of Riley O'Brien. You know, Fermin will put it in play. At least those are the odds for you. 2 balls, no strikes.
Now he saw the cutter there, and he is really honing in, especially with that base open. They've had success against J.J. Weatherholt tonight. That might come into play here.
Cardinals can win this game tonight. Ali Marmol will tie Joe Torre for 9th place on the all-time managerial win list in St. Louis. We're not there yet. Got a great chance. 2 balls, no strikes. Get a good pitch to hit. Pasquantino way off the line at first. If Fermin is really late, he could guide one that way. Massey keeping Church close at second. Pitch downstairs. Another good trip to the plate for Fermin. He's not chasing yet. 3-1 the count.
And Matt Strom's upset at that. He didn't have a good delivery on that pitch. Guys are laughing, joking around. Big situation for Jose Fermin. See if he sits secondary here.
We'll never know. Ball 4. So here we go. Weatherholt and Herrera. The stage is yours. J.J. Weatherholt is looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4. It's great you're getting these chances, but man, you don't want to waste them. And is something wrong with Strom here? Training staff comes out to greet him. John Schreiber just started playing catch. Schreiber's a right-hander. This was 2 pitches ago.
Yeah, this delivery did look comfortable. Sal Perez even take a good look, and he was asking if he was okay.
So that's the only man we worry about, Nathan Church. He's the winning run. Here's Weatherholt. They give him the whole left side of the infield. Lefty versus lefty. If he can guide it that way, the game's going to end. Strom first base side of the rubber. Swing and a high fly left center. That's pretty well hit. Church is late to tag. Here he comes to third, and he's going to make it on a belly flop. So Weatherholt picked on the first one. He flies out to left. Church moves up 90 feet. Fermin still at first, and now they're going to go to Schreiber with Ivan Herrera coming up. So Matt Strom faces 4 batters. He retires 2 of them. Cardinals still have a chance to win it. There are a lot of ways to accomplish that. Runner at third, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Everybody's having a great time at Busch Stadium tonight. Friday night at the ballpark. What a game. Cardinals another chance to walk it off. They've got first and third, 2 outs, and John Schreiber is on to pitch. Schreiber is now in his 19th game this season for Kansas City, and a tough hombre to face him. That's Ivan Herrera, the Cardinals' second place hitter, 1 for 3 tonight with a base hit last time up. Right side wide open for Herrera. Drive right center field. That ball is caught. A dive by Isbell, and we are going to the 10th. Herrera just hit it too hard. Extra innings at Busch Stadium.
100 years ago.
Ivan Herrera, almost a hero for the Cardinals. Redbirds wasted 3 great opportunities in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings to walk this game off. Now we play some defense. Ryan Stanek is on to answer the Chevy call to the bullpen. It is the 10th inning. Cardinals 5-1 in extras. The Royals 3-1 in bonus Canto baseball. The free runner will be Michael Garcia. Then you got to deal with Whit Pasquantino and Salvador Perez in a 3-3 tie.
The challenge is right in front of him. See Garcia with good speed at second base. Got one of the hottest hitters up in Whit Jr.
Bobby 1 for 4 tonight, a single last time. He's got a single here. That's going to be saved on a dive by Church. He flips the ball backhanded toward the infield. Bobby Witt with a double to lead off the 10th inning, and Kansas City breaks through. That ball skipped off the grass. That might have surprised Church. A heck of a job to keep it from rolling to the wall. So one pitch, and Kansas City leads.
112 off the bat. And an outstanding play by Church in center field. Changing places is Bobby Witt Jr.
So the missed opportunities haunting us at the moment. Pasquantino takes a strike. The old saying for the visiting team, you usually have to get more than one to win in extra innings, and that'll help. Mason's going to drift back and take care of the Royals first baseman. 1 in, 1 on, 1 out. Perez is next. Cardinals 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And again, hate to harp on it, but it's just the facts, man. Leadoff double in the 7th, don't score. 2 on, nobody out in the 8th, don't score. Leadoff man on in the 9th, don't score. Now you have to score at least 1 in the 10th to keep playing tonight for St. Louis.
You got to pitch Sal Perez like he has 2 strikes in this situation. He's got a resume to feel uncomfortable in this spot.
Perez 1 for 4 with a run in the 4th inning. He went around, strike 1. When we get to the home 10th, you'll have Herrera, Burleson, Walker, and Gorman coming up. Stanek has had good luck against the Kansas City captain. Lucas Erceg is the Royals closer. He's only pitched once in 6 days, but he will have a 1-run lead at least going to the home 10th. And Perez is down on 3 pitches. So Stanek overpowers him. 2 out. And Jensen is next. Jensen a 2 for 4 night. Royals are 3 for 8 with a runner in scoring position. That's the difference in the game. Witt's got a big lead. Jensen looking for a 3-hit night. Jensen has 9 2-hit games, does not have a 3-hit game yet.
Let's keep it that way.
You bet. After Jensen, it's Lane Thomas. And the Cardinals going to walk the lefty. That is the case. First and second, 2 outs. And the Redbirds will go righty-righty with Thomas. So the Cardinals took a couple of cracks to see if the young Jensen would get himself out. He didn't. So that sets up a force at every base. Look at those guys in the second deck, man. They're having a blast tonight. One ball, no strikes. Thomas walked last time, and he's ahead here. 2 balls, no strikes. Back our way and just above.
That was coming in hot. I didn't see you looking to grab it.
Ricky forgot the nets again.
Come on, Ricky.
He'll have him out tomorrow. First day back from a long road trip. There's a lot going on at the ballpark. He'll be loaded for bear in game 2. The pitch. Powder River evens it up. Patrick Gifford, our high home cameraman. Kind of gator arc that one, Patrick. Unreal.
Come on.
2-2. Hey, struck him out. Thomas will be retired on the flip to first. So the Royals settle for 1 in the 10th. Will that be enough? The Cardinals will have the tying run in scoring position for the heart of the order. Burleson, Walker, and Gorman versus Lucas Erceg next. Bobby Wood Jr. has provided the go-ahead RBI for Kansas City, but the visitors got just 1 in the 10th inning. The Cardinals will face Lucas Erceg. He's the Kansas City closer. This is his 19th game. The Cardinals will have Thomas Sajaci as a pinch runner, the free runner at second base. He scored the tying run in Sacramento yesterday. And for Erceg, not an easy inning. He's got Burleson, Walker, Gorman, and Wynn staring him down. The Cardinals with a chance still to walk it off. They've hit 2 homers tonight. Burleson a base hit. Sajaci late break, but he's going to come home and score. We are tied 4-4. They're going wild up there. First hit with a runner in scoring position tonight for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 1 for 9 in this department, but Alec Burleson, the silver slugger, just doesn't wait around. Hits that changeup and rips it into right field, tying this ball game.
Now it's Jordan Walker. Huge night for him. He unloads and drives it to the right. How about Sajaci? 2 game-tying runs scored in the last 2 played for the Cardinals. And now the winning run is aboard with nobody out in the form of Alec Burleson. Listen what they're saying for Walker. Swing and a miss at a slider. He was getting the MVP chant.
I feel like I have to take my shirt off.
Please don't. I have some other candidates that would be in front of you as far as that goes.
What? Ricky, come on. Let's do it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Snap throw to first. Burleson back standing up. Cardinals don't give up. They don't always win, but they always give you a finish. They at the least have earned another inning. Walker would like to send us home. The pitch. Good take. His takes are so much more confident now than they've ever been. Doesn't mean he's always going to get a hit or not strike out. But there's just such a noticeable calmness about the way he's standing in the batter's box now.
Yeah, it's really questions that's secondary pitches.
Swing and a miss, a disappearing slider. That was a nasty one from Erceg. 1 on, 1 in, 1 out.
Erceg understands the location. It's got to be down and away, and he executes to perfection to get Jordan Walker.
Now the Cardinals have the platoon advantage with Gorman. Nolan 1 for 3. Swing and a shot, hit it for the right field corner. Burley's going to make it to third. Gorman with his second hit, winning run 90 feet away. And you can't tell me that these Cardinals players don't feel that kind of energy.
Yeah, they love it, and they've earned the respect of these Cardinal fans tonight. I'm one button lower because he handles his fastball into that hole, but also allowing Burleson to get to third base, hunting that heater. See Burley putting his head down, not even looking at Pop Warner.
So the Royals meet on the mound. What's the strategy here? A fly ball wins you the game, a fly ball of depth. Mason Wynn is the batter. Then you've got the rookie Nathan Church waiting on deck, but he's a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, but I also think the experience factor here in being able to get an out at any base. See if they'll pitch to Mason Wynn or just put him on.
Now Ryan Willis and Will Little are going to chat. Now they talk with Lance Barksdale, the third base ump and crew chief.
Maybe wondering if they don't get an extra challenge, so that's going to be the discussion.
Ollie looking for a heads up. So's the Royals skipper.
Still have 2 challenges left.
Well, the Cardinals have had a knack of stealing away wins. Can they do it for the second straight game? The infield comes in for Mason Wynn. Burleson 90 feet away. 1 out. That's been his out pitch. That's what he got Jordan Walker to chase.
Yeah, he feels most comfortable with that slider.
A little pop up to right could win the game. And just like that, it's 0-2.
Yeah, he tried to overthrow that one, and Mason Wynn got a mistake. Too big of a swing in that situation. All you need is a single.
Or a fly ball. Just put it in play. Cardinals have done great work with 2 strikes all night tonight. 11 hits again for St. Louis. 4 runs despite going 1 for 9 with runners at second and third. Now the 0-2. And on 3 pitches, Mason Wynn strikes out. Well, again, a redeemer opportunity for Nathan Church. A walk in the 3rd inning, a single in the 9th. He struck out trying to bunt in the 7th inning. Now you got to get a hit or a Royals mistake to win the game. Perez out in front of the dish. He's got the pitch comm operating. He throws plenty hard. That one 96. Burleson jumped on the first pitch to tie the game and bring home Sajaci. Gorman chased him to third with 1 out. Now a strikeout and an 0-1 count. Now it's 0-2. Ursek's facing his 5th batter. He's only thrown 11 pitches.
Yeah, he's been aggressive with a slider fastball combination. Tino behind Gorman.
Who takes off. High fly ball toward right center. And that is going to send us to the 11th inning. That fly ball came 1 batter too late for the Cardinals. But Burleson on time. His RBI single ties us at 4 after 10. Well, it's battle of the bullpen, Sweet Dog. We're through 10. What a game. This is what rivalry weekend is all about.
Yeah, the energy in this building. This has been a really good baseball game. And you start looking at the starting pitching, but also there's been pretty good performances, multi-hit games by Jordan Walker and also Alec Burleson.
And the Cardinals turn now to Gordon Graceffo to answer the Chevy call to the bullpen. Lane Thomas, the free base runner at second. Collins, Massey, and Isbell, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, are up for Gordon in this tie game. You play this right, you don't have to worry about Garcia and Witt. And as we said last time Kansas City batted, visiting teams usually got to get 2 to have a better than average chance of winning. Graceffo is going to challenge this first pitch. It was called a ball. And it was a ball. One ball, no strikes for Isaac Collins. Two RBIs for Collins tonight without benefit of a hit, a sac fly and a ground out to first. And Graceffo misses 3-0. If you lose him, you do set up the double play, but it makes the margin of error a lot slimmer. And 4 straight, 2 on, nobody out. Massey is next. Michael is 0 for 4.
Yeah, I think this is the situation now with runners on first and second. You might see a sacrifice bunt here in this situation.
Royals have only sacrificed 4 times this year. Gordon wanted to see if Massey would tip his hand. He didn't. Massey has not laid down a sacrifice bunt. Kyle Isbell has all 4 of their sac bunts, and he's on deck. Maybe that's why. That was up and out of the zone. No balls and a strike.
That did not look comfortable at all.
You could talk about slug, you could talk about homers, you could talk about spin and velo all you want. It all comes down to execution in a game like this. No balls and a strike. Corners in for the Cardinals. Double play depth up the middle. Burley's charging at first. There's the bunt. It's foul. It's 0-2.
Those 2 attempts are not going to be on a Tom Amansky video for sure. Laying that bunt down.
Ah, yes, somewhere Fred McGriff is crying after those 2 roll foul.
Did they pay him?
I don't know if they did. Well, Gordon, you're way ahead. 2 strikes. Cardinals tried to bunt with 2 strikes with Nathan Church, and he fouled it at the plate. That's off to our left. Great crowd tonight. 26,949 officially. We're going to have over 36,000 Saturday and Sunday afternoons. Off day Monday. Then the Pirates come in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The 0-2. Fun to send Jim Hayes up to that second deck and find out where that group is from. Win or lose, they're the stars of the game for me tonight. They've been a great cheering section in this extra inning game. The 1-2 in the air, softly hit. Fermin backpedals. That should be deep enough to advance the runner at second. The throw is going to come to third, and they won't move up. Lane Thomas played it safe. He's in scoring position. Didn't want to make the out at third. Double play still in order now. One man down in the 11th. And here is Isbell. He singled in the 9th and was erased on a double play by Riley O'Brien. He's been money hitting 9th. Bouncing ball. Burley's got it. Off balance throw to second one. That's all we get. Heck of a play by Burleson, who was at the top of his leap. And he made the throw to force Collins at second. That's the second out.
Yeah, it was a real smart play by Mason Wynn on the back end. Reason why, watch this bounding ball. Alec gets it, but didn't get a good handle to it, so he didn't get a good throw to second base. They get the out. Smart decision by Mason Wynn.
And here's the guy you want to get, because Darth Vader is waiting on deck. That's Bobby Witt Jr. Garcia not too shabby himself. He is 0 for 5 tonight, however. That's what scares you. First and third, 2 outs. Center cut, a strike. No balls at a strike. Gordon Graceffo pressed into an extremely high leverage situation after the Cardinals used Soriano, Romero, and O'Brien for the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. These are those growing moments so many of these young Cardinals have experienced this year. Now the challenge, can't worry about the guy on deck. You got to get the guy in the box. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, borderline pitch. No ABS challenges for the Cardinals.
Broken bat roller toward third. Gorman's got it, and Graceffo with a huge 11th inning. He's fired up. So are they. Here we go, Cardinals Nation. Another chance to walk it off, this time in the home 11.
Price guaranteed. Go with Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Well, it's rivalry weekend, and if you are faint of heart, this is not the game for you. Another one that could be decided in the last at bat for the Cardinals. They too will have a free base runner against Steven Cruz. The next answer is Chevy called to the bullpen for the Royals. You've got Pages, Fermin, and Weatherholt, the first 3 scheduled.
And Steven Cruz has been excellent since he's been recalled. The 3 games, he has really done a good job. The strikeouts, does have some walks in him. I think it's just executing for the Cardinals here with Nathan Church at second base.
Do you punt?
I do.
Well, they're back at third. Pasquantino in on the grass at first. Nathan Church, the winning run at second with nobody out. There's the bunt. He got it down. There's only one play, and the Royals make it. There we go. Pages, as we told you, a good bunter. Now it's in the hands of Fermin and Weatherholt to try to win the game.
I think that's one decision that I think is just, when the visitors don't score, you have to execute, and getting the speed in Nathan Church at third base.
Cardinals are 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and all of those chances have come since the start of the 7th inning. Infield in for Fermin. Oh, big cut, and 101. That's an equalizer. No balls and a strike. Get a fly ball of depth, could win you the game.
Fermin was ready for that fastball too. That didn't surprise him.
Even count. Cruz has pitched 3 scoreless games in a row. The 9th, the 10th, and the 13th against the Tigers and White Sox. He inherits a man in scoring position here with 1 out. And a little chopper. That won't get it done. The roll to second. Fermin is the second out. Cardinals are 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. And now your choice is Weatherholt or Sajacy, you recall, who came on as a pinch runner. My guess is they're going to walk Weatherholt, and they're going to go after Sajacy, who's in the midst of a long batting slump for the Cardinals. So Sajacy is the scheduled batter, and it's going to be Joel Pozo instead. Pozo with that 3-hit game in Sacramento yesterday. And you understand this move. Sajacy 0 for his last 29 at the plate.
Think about those at bats. They help Pozo in this situation. Just getting those at bats against the A's.
Well, you know about Pozo, he can handle velocity, and you know he's going to get up there and take a hack. He was the best Cardinals pinch hitter last season. He's looking for his first pinch hit this year. He's 0 for 6. As hard as this guy throws, if he overcooks one, Church could crawl home. Shot to right field, and the Cardinals win it. Pozo's first. Get to first, Joel. He did. And the Redbirds walk it off 5-4. His teammates came pouring out of the dugout and then were screaming, "Run to first." The force play was still in effect, and Lane Thomas couldn't get to the ball in time to throw him out. And St. Louis finally, with a hit with a runner in scoring position, walks us off. Another comeback win for St. Louis, and that's how you kick off an exciting weekend.
Chip, you see the excitement from his teammates and what he had to do coming off the bench and covering 100 miles an hour. Gets his foot down, and you can see gets that ball through there, has the bat flip, and Pasquantino was asking for the ball at first base.
Those are our MVPs tonight. That group was awesome on a Friday at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals with their 4th walk-off this year. They had 6 all of last season. Another game, Mark, where we talk about it being a total team effort. Unlikely heroes tonight. Gordon Graceffo gets the win with a huge 11th inning. And Joel Pozo, after that great game against the Athletics, walks us off for the Cardinals, who've earned their 26th win of the season. And here to talk about it is Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Joel just told me he lost his voice, so he's going to give it a shot. Yeah. Very exciting. First pitch you saw, you jump on it. Take me through that.
I'm ready. You know, I'm always ready when, you know, my name is called, and then it shows.
What was the mood in the dugout? Because you guys were looking for that big hit, and the extra innings weren't coming through, but it was awful loud in there. Tell me about the mood in the dugout. Oh, here we go. Feels good. Woo. All right. Tell me about the moment there, because you come through, you're walking off the field, the crowd here is going crazy. You're trying to pump up the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they support all night. The guys over there just jumping around for the last 4 innings, so they deserve it.
And this ball club comes from behind each and every time. Every single game, it seems like there's a comeback or a punch return. Where do you think that comes from?
I mean, we never give up. That's what we are. That's how we prepare from spring training, and it's giving results.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Chip. Joel Pozo walks it off.
It was awesome. The Cardinals' 13th comeback win. The Redbirds 6-1 in extras. And Mark, another team effort offensively. As frustrating as it was at times, 8 guys with a hit, 5 scored a run, and 4 with RBIs.
Yeah, and a tip of the cap to Joel Pozo and also his fan club. They are instantly been the fan club for this Cardinal team. Another walk-off victory.
Shirts off, Redbirds Nation. It's a 5-4 winner. Game 2 tomorrow in St. Louis. The Cardinals kick off rivalry week with a thriller at Busch tonight.